All right, this is a follow-up video to a question that I've been asked, which is when is the best time to get into FTM? So those of you who watched my long-term analysis on FTM, you're maybe thinking, okay, you know what? I think maybe I like the project. Maybe you've done your own due diligence and you said, you know what? I talked to my financial advisor and I'm ready to go. So let's find out when that might be. Now, again, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purpose only. And that being said, we still can go, what might be something that we can look at together and see if we agree. So, what would be really fun is if you guys were able to hit a good entry point. What do you think would be the best entry point on this particular trade? Now, right now it's sitting at about 23 cents. And before we're done with this video, if you stick around and watch the whole thing, we'll look at if that would be a really good place to consider it for myself. Notice I said myself here. Or if anybody else wants to put theirs, what they think, that would be awesome, so that people can go, you know what, that's really good. So drop that into the comments and see how that plays out. Now, again, as we play with this and have fun with it, let's see on a shorter time frame, because here's what I'm seeing off of here initially. We go on this particular, we drop some Fibonacci's on this, and let's reverse them so we can see how far it's reversed from the lowest time frames to the highest on now. Here's where it's really nice. It's hitting the 786. 786 fib retracement is usually where a lot of stocks like to bounce. Now, this is not a stock. This is a cryptocurrency, right? So cryptocurrencies tend to be a little more volatile. So in order for me to get a better sense of where this is and to be able to see if this is the best price for me to get in at, let me look at a smaller time frame. Now, while I do that, why don't you drop in and let us know what you think would be a really good bounce way down, and put the price on there if you don't know anything about fibs, which you don't have to. It's just something that helps us out. So let's go there. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what we got going on, because crypto never sleeps, right? Let's see what we have here on this particular trend. We've been dropping for some time, right? We've been dropping here, try to get up, try to get up, try to get up, and then it's just sort of settling. We like when we see these consolidation zones right in here. Let's take a look at that real quick. So we like when we see things like this. Right here, right there. We like those consolidation zones. The longer they go, the stronger the jump tends to be. So the fact that it's been sitting within this range for a little while, it's a good sign that it may be getting ready to do something. Now let's measure that to see how much is in that. In case you are a day trader and you like to trade it, there it's a nice range of about 44%, meaning that if you have a strategy where you like to trade it within the zone, it's still some really nice gains in there that are potentially available. Now they get tighter as we get closer and closer to potentially trying to do something. And over here we see, possibly what's called inverted head and shoulders. Now it hasn't finished forming, but if you don't know what that is, let's still go to, we'll show, here it is right here. Here we go. We had those highs there. We got nope, it's not a head and shoulders. Disregard that. We thought it was going to be. See, we're doing this live, so this is really good for us to be able to see this. However, what we do see is a potential wedge here, because we got from all the way up here, came down, came up, came down, all the way down here. Could it drop a little bit more? Sure, it is possible. But here's the big, I guess, giveaway, the big tip here. For everything else, look at when, like right here. Let's look in this extra area right here, because the past history gives us some good clues. Look at what was happening here. Okay, we had no volume down here. We had very little volume. The gray area that you see is sort of it's an average. Not sort of, it is an average. And then over into this region, it did a nice big jump right there. And then it settled down. When I see these big jumps in volume, that's telling me that somebody that has a lot of money, or institution, is saying, you know what, I think I might hop in here. And everybody starts to jump right in, and then it settles down for a little bit because they can't put it all in at once. So now they jump back up again, and they come back into here, and then it drops the price down again. So this is why when I'm seeing something like this, look at the volume that just came in right here, really quietly. This is just recent right here. It didn't move the price all that much, so somebody happened to be able to get a whole lot of transactions happening without a whole lot of price movement. This is an area where institutional traders really love to get in there and do some of their purchasing. So if that is indeed the case, and I see it inside of here, it's a mini wedge. So let's go from here, from that one, and right there, you see that it's topping out right there, and then we see this right here. What we got from this bottom. Oops, let's go. We'll fix that right now. We'll go to the bottom one right there, and if you notice, we've got some nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's trying to come break in here. My price prediction is that it will jump up at some point here in the near future, especially when it breaks out of here. And if I'm willing to take a chance, if I see a break to the upside here, it would be my next guess would be that it would go from here. My prediction here would be from there to there to see if it can break above that. And once it breaks above that, then we're talking about the things that we mentioned in our previous video. So I would encourage you to take a look at that video and see if we hit some of those, because that could be really nice. Now, what's the downside to this, right? We got to take into account the downside, that it gets rejected and it comes down and retests these levels down here. Now you're looking at a 23% potential loss. So right now it's a 20% gain to 20% loss. Would I be waiting? I probably will be waiting a little bit and seeing if I can pick it up a bit lower on this, especially since Bitcoin hasn't completely determined whether it's going to try to push up or if it's going to go on the downward direction. Now, if Bitcoin does go in the downward direction, then it's very likely that these are going to drop down as well. And what would be some of those levels? We put them in here earlier. So let's put the levels in here and move them to the right so that we can see them. And we can see the price that I believe we could see if this does decide to take a little dump. I believe that a really nice price to be able to try to pick it up at for me might be around 11 if I was looking at this as a project that I want to get in. I don't own any at the moment, but it would be really interesting if I could pick it up around here if it does one more dump. If it doesn't do the dump, I'm not going to worry too much about it having missed out, because I know that once it breaks from here, then I could potentially pick it up even if it's a little bit higher and then shoot on up. So if you want to see those price predictions for the long haul, that we believe where it could hit, then take a look at the last video. But I would be looking in these support zones, these 3 support zones right here. And if this one gets broken, I would definitely be looking at this one and this one as potential entries. So what are those? Somewhere around the 15, almost 16 cents. And this one over here, it's somewhere between the 11 and a half to 10 cents. Now, if those get broken, obviously now we're looking at lower levels down here, but those are near the lows that it's ever been at. So right here, which is at about 5 cents, and down into this region's right here. But that would be pretty much a complete retracement. Though it's possible, if Bitcoin starts to start coming back up, so will the altcoins, at least the majority of the altcoins, especially for projects that are considered to be good. All right, so what is your price prediction? What do you think it would be a good entry point? Drop that in here, and if you have anything that you want to share about FTM as some of their fundamentals, Fantom coin, then feel free to do so and share that with us. So I'd be watching it very closely over the next few days, the next few weeks, to see if this is able to break to the upside. But I'm getting a feeling that it's probably a pretty safe entry right around the, let's see, what is that? 18 cents at worst. And if you have, I'll say if it does manage to stay in there, which would be really nice. And I would do my dollar cost averaging just in case it decided to drop down into this regions. Then I'd try to see if I could pick up a little bit more. and then from there start to hold it until it starts hitting those higher levels. All right, everybody, hope you have an awesome time, and thank you for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more of these, then please feel free to share, to like, to comment, and to hit that subscribe button along with the notifications so that you can get them every time that we put them out. All right, have an awesome day and enjoy